All right. So, do you want to start with something personal, or do we jump directly with alien topics?
Well, let's just jump straight into the alien topics.
Okay. What do you want to know? What do you want to
Um,
ask?
okay, I have two questions. So we'll start with one and then we'll go with the second one after that.
Yep.
The
Yep.
first one is are there aliens here on Earth?
Are there aliens here on Earth?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, yes, Padre Primrose pregunta si hay aliens extraterrestres en la Tierra, viviendo en la Tierra. Okay, the short answer is yes. The yes, and describe your like justify your response. Basically, they are outside of the system. We can see here like they are in privileged spaces like positions like they are not in poverty of course like they basically have good lives here on earth. They're outside of any system including the justice system of any country. They are very involved in religion and they are very involved in some management of the planet. Um, Basically, they are always on move, like they don't rest. Basically, um, and you cannot contact the aliens here on Earth. You cannot like be friends with them. They are in their own how can I say like their own life, their own activities, their own purpose. Like they are not here to make friends.
Okay.
Basically, yeah, and that's the. Let me check something. Okay. Yes. Yes. Just confirming that. Yeah, they're outside of the system. They don't work for the system. We are like basically the governments, right?
Okay.
When they are not part of the. They don't work for them. They are like on their own. And yeah, these aliens specifically that are here on Earth are not. Yeah, they're here not to make friends, and they are not with nice intentions toward us, basically. So that's yeah, that's the answer.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. In other readings with Alan, we have seen that there are other factions or aliens, in but they are not here specifically. So yeah, basically that this aligns to what we already saw in other readings. So yeah, okay.
Okay.
I don't. Do you have any other question about these aliens, or do you want to go with another question?
Do they want to be like found or contacted?
Okay. Y después de estos aliens que están aquí en este planeta quieren ser encontrados o contactados. Si quieren ser contactados es por una buena razón. ¿Será que quieren hacer las cosas bien? Okay, this is a little bit confusing because I asked about if they want to be contacted or if they want to communicate with us, and it says yes. I was assuming that they don't, as they are not their intentions is not are not friendly with us. I assume they won't, but the cards are telling us that indeed they want to contact us specifically because they feel the planet as home,
Okay.
and now they are having some doubts about how they are uh, dealing with stuff. So basically, they are having second thoughts, and they feel like Earth is home, and yeah, they want to make contacts.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, that was weird. That last part
Yeah,
was weird for me.
because
Okay.
you assume that they wanted to be left alone, right? Where in the cards did it say that?
Um, no, there's no part that says that they want to be left alone. Like this part says that they are on their own, like
Oh, okay,
they're
okay,
not part
okay.
of the system.
Okay, yeah.
And this part is telling us that their intentions are not very friendly, and
Okay.
basically they are making some bad stuff. Uh, and that's why I didn't think they want to be contacted, because as they don't want to be well, they are not in a friendly mood, but the cards are telling us that they having second thoughts about what they are doing and about the planet. Basically, they are seeing it as home. Maybe at the beginning it was like, you have this mission, you have to be there, don't get friendly, don't get attached, and basically they got attached to maybe the not just the planet, maybe with other people, could be, but basically they are having second thoughts. So now they are opening some communication channels.
Okay. That's interesting. Okay.
What other questions do you have about this, or should we move to another question?
Um, I want to know like who they are. That's these specific ones. Like,
Okay,
yeah, who they are.
ok. ¿Quiénes son estos aliens que habitan aquí que estamos escribiendo ahora? Okay, so mm, um, of course I can, like, there is no name of,
Yeah.
like, the cards cannot give me a name because maybe we can call them differently as they call themselves. But basically the cards are telling me that this is a race that the race has no a very good past. Basically, they have been working for other supreme race, and they have not been very happy. Like basically, they don't have a home planet.
Okay.
It seems that they are very spiritual. This race is very spiritual. So, but yeah, basically, it's a race that have suffered a lot, and they basically have been working and following orders. I think that's why they having a second thought because they are very spiritual and they know they having do some damage to the planet and the inhabitants of the planet, basically.
Yeah. Huh, okay. I think that kind of aligns too with some theories, like that people were, or not people, that like some aliens came here, um, because, they had issues with their planet, or they were like kind of sent here in a way. So it definitely aligns with that. I know Alan
Yeah,
knows the
yeah, yeah,
specifics.
yeah. We have seen that in other readings. Like, I'm not very into the aliens theories that are there out there, but to what we have read is that there are different hierarchies and basically the aliens that are involved in different activities, not just in Earth, but in different uh, locations in the galaxy. Basically, there's some other factions, organizations. There's even I have heard that there's even a galactic federation of some kind, basically an alliance within different races. And so yeah, that basically fits into that because they're not working by themselves, right? Like they could be reporting to other upper authority that is giving the orders, and of course, there's this what is the name of this in English? Let me check. Um, I, herméticas, reglas, herméticas. Let me check very quick.
Okay.
The what's the name of this? Have you heard of the? Give me 1 second. Have you heard of the Kybalion? Kybalion,
Kivalion?
I don't know. No, basically this talks about. Let me put it in English. The Hermetic rules. There are these 7 Hermetic rules.
Okay.
Hermetic rules. Let me tell you a little bit about it because I think it's a very good base to understand everything that we talk about. Because basically, um, okay, the 7 principles are the foundation of Hermetism, a branch of spiritual philosophy dating back as early as the first century AD. They were outlined by famed author Hermes Trismegistus, I don't know how
Okay.
that's
Yeah.
spelled, who is believed to have written the Emerald Tablet and the Corpus Hermeticum, two highly influential ancient teachings. His work will go on to influence both ancient Greek and Egyptian cultures, with both adopting him as a god of wisdom. In Greece, he was called Hermes. In Egypt, he was called Thoth.
Okay.
He was known in this time as a great master of the universe and is said to have lived for thousands of years. Over time, the seven Hermetic principles were passed down by word of mouth from teacher to student, and eventually, one day in the early 20th century, the teachings were compiled into a book called the Kybalion, written by the three initiates. Today, they remain an occult source of wisdom, separate from any real religion, but powerful nonetheless. And while the seven principles are just one way of understanding the universe, they are in so constricting that they cannot be studied alongside other spiritual philosophies. Here's what each of the seven principles is all about. Well, we can check check them in other session, but basically the most important, well, not the most important one, but one that helps to understand this kind of things is um, tu- 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 tu. Mm, cause and effect and then uh, uh, yeah, this is it. The principle of correspondence. It's very different in English, but basically, the principle of correspondence, as the Kevalon says, as above, so below, as below, so above.
Oh, okay.
Um, we have all heard this quote before, but maybe you never knew it was Hermes who first coined it. It's closely related to the first principle of mentalism and states that what we hold in our thoughts and mind will become our reality. It explains the many planes of existence, including those of lower and higher vibrational frequencies and how they are connected. How to apply it? Applying this law in all about understanding is all about understanding your connection to the world around you and how you are showing up for yourself and the universe through your thoughts and subsequently your actions. When we have a firm grasp on how we are interacting with life and how it's affecting us, we can recognize and break patterns, live in alignment with our highest good, and feel harmonious with everything there is. Well, that's one apply. And also, when we understand something so big and so far as the universe itself, and something so microscopic like the atoms, when you see how the universe works and how microscopic world works, it's the same almost. Like even you can confuse a microscopic image with the galaxies. So basically, that applies also with the spiritual realm. So as we do have here hierarchies, politics, um, we have leadership following this rule, basically in another realm or in another galaxy or in another with another race, there should be something similar as us. That's why we should always try to compare to what we know to uh, other theories. Basically, for example, what we do with the cards, all the ritual I do, like shuffling them, trying to connect with the source for information, basically is what we do with the internet. Basically, it's when I shuffle, you are trying to connect. You are like turning on the PC, opening the browser, and basically I when we ask a question to Google, and Google give us different answers, but basically give us the top answers that you need to know. So basically, that all applies to the principle of correspondence. As above,
Okay.
so below; as below, so above.
Okay.
All right. So, do you have any other question about these aliens?
Not about that, but it kind of ties into it. My other
Okay.
question is, we can do like a whole new one if you want, but my other question is just how many species are there?
Okay. Are there in the universe? Are there in this galaxy? Are there in on Earth? What's a specific location you want to know how
Let's
many races?
let's start with in the galaxy or in the universe. Let's start with in the universe, and then we'll go with okay. Well, how many are in this planet?
Okay, ok. Dios Padre, Primroze quiere saber cuántas razas hay en el universo, cuántas diferentes razas o especies hay en el universo. Mm, okay, it's giving me an answer that I couldn't imagine because I will assume that it might be infinite,
Yeah.
like the number, but no. The cards are telling you like it's not a valid question. Just to give you some information, they are finite. Like there's a specific number, but it's not a valid question because basically there are no like um, there are no link or communication between all the species because basically they are energy
Okay.
and sometimes they transform. So, like, I'm trying to understand why the cards are telling us like there's a finite number of species, but you cannot count the species as they are not connected, like they're not in the same realm. It's kind of complicated, like
It makes
it's
no.
very complex.
Yeah, it was definitely one of those questions where it was like, how can you like track it, you know?
Let me dig a little more.
Okay.
Um, Esto es porque podemos preguntar cuántas especies hay en este plano físico. No se puede saber. ¿Por qué no se puede saber? Podemos decir que son entonces muchas, finitas. Mm, Tenemos que preguntar por una área en específico, como la Vía Láctea, en esta galaxia. ¿Cuántas razas hay? Ok. Okay, basically the cards are telling me like you cannot ask about the whole universe because basically it involves a lot of different existences. Like they are not all physics, they are not energy. Like basically it's something that you cannot know with a number. Like the answer wouldn't be a number, or like there's not a concrete answer for it if you ask about the whole universe.
Okay.
You can ask about the galaxy.
Okay.
The galaxy, it's a more comprehensive answer and something measurable for us.
Okay. Well, like then let's go into how many are in the galaxy then.
Ok. So, entonces me puedes decir ¿Cuántas razas hay en la galaxia? Mm, Podemos decir que hay 4 millones. Okay. Around 4 million of different species
In the galaxy?
in the galaxy. This is a very I never have answered this kind of question, of course,
Yeah.
and I haven't get a number, but basically, yeah, the cards were agreed that could be around 4 million. Like it's not giving me the specific numbers, but it's around that
Yeah. Wow.
4 million different species.
That's kind of crazy. Okay,
Yeah.
what about here? We'll go into our solar system and then let's go to our planet. Like how many are in our solar system?
How many races in our solar system?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just para cuántos em, razas hay en nuestro sistema solar. Am, Tengo que preguntar por el planeta más bien. ¿Cuántos hay en nuestro planeta Tierra? Ok, ¿cuántas? mm, mm, a ver, nuestro sistema solar, específicamente la Tierra. Bueno, no. ¿Cuántas razas se encuentran actualmente en en el sistema sin estar en un planeta? Ok. Podemos decir que hay 16 razas actualmente en el sistema, aunque no estén en planetas. Okay. Okay, this was kind of confusing. I was in a dialogue
Yeah.
because I asked about how many races are in the galaxy. I mean in the system, in Soul system. But the cards told me that it's not a valid question. Like you need to refine your question because we were asking about Earth and the Solar System, but I don't know if you were thinking about it, but I was thinking about how many races are in the planets inside Solar System. But the
Okay.
correct the correct question is how many are in the area because there are a lot of races that are not in planets. They are
Yeah.
in ships. Like they are
Okay.
inside the Solar System, but they are not in any planet.
Yeah.
So yeah, uh, the answer will be 16. 16 races
16.
in the solar system only. Like
Okay.
right now, because
Yeah.
the number changed because there are races that enter and go outside from the system, and then the numbers change rapidly. But
Yeah.
right now, as we have made a question, there are 16 right now, but it will change maybe in an hour. It could go up, it could go down. It depends
It depends
how
if they
which
leave or they come in and yeah.
exactly. Yeah,
Okay. Wow. Okay. 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 Well,
yeah,
what
very
about
specific. I didn't expect so specific answers from the cards because these are very complex questions.
definitely?
So I
Yeah.
didn't I didn't know how I was going to answer that. Okay, yep.
Okay. So what about like within our planet then?
Okay. ¿Puedes decir cuántas razas hay en este momento en el planeta actualmente? Ok, podemos decir que actualmente hay 9 en la Tierra. 9 razas en la Tierra. Ok. There are 9 currently in the planet. There are 9. But the numbers move also like
It's the same thing,
repeated
yeah.
like but specifically on Earth, like the numbers uh, change in a big scale. Like there's a lot of movement. Like in the system, there's movement, but not as high like there is on Earth. There's a lot of movement in on Earth.
Okay, so 9 on Earth, 16 in our solar system, and 4 million in our galaxy.
Yeah, and yeah, definitely it's big stuff.
Yeah.
All right,
That's kind of
so
yeah, that's kind of crazy.
yeah, the scale it's like we should write down um these numbers because there is a lot of calculations we can make up, like basically the space in the galaxy. Maybe we can distribute, calculate a little bit about how is distribute the number of races on each square of million of light years. I don't know. It should be kind of it's crazy, and there should be like the density of races is not high in this sector as one could think. Like there are not too many races. I could think that maybe 100 of races should be here on Earth or in the solar system, but it says that it's not that. Maybe like I will just bring a theory here. Maybe as the technology or maybe the openness of the human race to extraterrestrial life, uh, maybe it's not yet a very an open, how can I say, like trade way, trade spot for other species because we are not open to extraterrestrial life yet, and that's why we don't have too many races in this system. But maybe if there is a system with more advanced technology where there's already interaction with between races and it's open to public, or it's maybe there should be more density of races in another system. Like I don't know, there
Yeah.
should be so much um, theories to make around these numbers that we can even make a book or a movie about it.
I know, right? Yeah. I wrote it down. I put it in the team chat. I wrote down the
Sorry?
numbers. I wrote down the numbers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Great. All right. So, is there another question about this, or?
That like those were my only two questions. That was it. And I'm very satisfied with that answer. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So, I think we can wrap up this session,
Yeah, definitely.
and we can move up. We can move with meditation, right?
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
All
I'll
right.
do this.